Hello, it's Sunday, time for my mental health vlog. This week has actually been really, really good. Although there was one moment earlier in the week where I was trying to figure out something with my iPad drawing tool, and I got really frustrated, and my boyfriend offered to help, and I just kind of snapped at him and really wasn't my best self. I was also kind of frustrated with the project, not that it's an excuse. Was frustrated with the project because it was for ordering group shirts for a cruise we're going on, and it was like herding cats, and it was just at the point where I'm fucking done with this project. But I am done with that project, so those are on their way. Woohoo! Let's see. A couple nights this week I had a really hard time sleeping. I would wake up at 2, be up for half an hour, and then wake up again like 4 and be up for like a whole hour, and just not great. I don't know what was going on. I did find one of my restless leg sleep pills on my dresser, which means that it didn't make it into one of the little night containers. So that may have been one of the reasons why, but who knows. But I have been pretty tired this week. So, let's see. So Thursday. So my boyfriend and I met someone at my birthday party that was very attractive, and we had been talking back and forth with them for a while, and they were going to come over on Thursday to get to know each other. And he ended up not showing, and after a while I was like, okay, well, let's just order dinner, no big deal. And it kind of dawned on me, it's like, if this had happened before, when I was acting out, if this had happened and I got stood up or something, I would immediately go to, I've been catfished, or I'm ugly, or I'm fat, or I'm gross. And because that was such a large part of my addiction, was seeking the validation that I got from these strangers or whatever. And when I realized that I didn't really give a shit that happened, I realized, wow, it's because I don't need the validation. And I gotta tell you, that was a really good feeling. I am so happy with where I am, and my boyfriend where we are, and our sex life being what it is has come to, and that we can explore things like this and be healthy and safe and smart about it while still maintaining, what the boundaries of my sobriety, and just seeing how I think of things so differently now. It didn't impact my self-esteem at all. I needed zero validation because I still feel hot and beautiful and sexy and funny, and I didn't care what that happened. Now, it did turn out later that he the excuse was valid, not but anyway. But it was just the fact that the feelings I didn't feel, the feelings I did feel after, it felt really, really good. Speaking of feeling really, really good, so this is how much is this? This is about an inch and a half. Oh my God, it's almost 2 inches. This is what I cut off of my belt this week, because my belt was starting to flap a lot on that one side, and I'm like, is my belt stretching? Because it never stretches. It's one of those lock in place belts. Never stretches. And it's just because that, although the scale has not shown any drastic change from the exercise that we've been doing and going to the gym and whatnot, obviously things are shifting around, because I had to take almost 2 inches, that's cool, off my belt this week. And I wore a pair of shorts last night that I remember being very tight, and they weren't. Um, so I'm quite pleased with that. In fact, we went out last night to promote our clothing brands. My boyfriend's, at Wookiee Designs After Dark and My Burley Bottoms, which are two very awesome uh, explorations of, uh, you know, just the gay existence or the celebration of men or being funny or horny or celebrating all these parts of us, but just very two distinctly different visions of that. And his stuff was very cool and my stuff was very cool. So we decided to wear it out last night and promote it and, pass out business cards to anyone that made a comment. So it was just a fun thing for us to do. And anyway, as the evening went on, we found some other friends of ours. So we went, dancing. I haven't been to a dance club. I can't even tell you when. I mean, this was a full-on dance club. They had moving lightings, a giant chandelier, a cover charge. Maybe in my 20s. Anyway, so we went dancing. I took my shirt off on the dance floor. And this place was packed. And I took my shirt off on the dance floor. That is something I probably wouldn't have done since my 20s. That felt pretty good. And to know that I look good and to not give a shit if somebody else thought I didn't. That was really awesome feeling. Let's see. And then today, I actually have someone who I found through promoting my brand, who I have already used for one of my designs of his permission, of course. But today we actually did a photo shoot to get a lot of things that I've had in my mind and wanted to do and haven't been able to find the right kind of source material for it. So I was super excited, and I hadn't done a photo shoot like this before, and just being able to direct it and to take the stuff that was just in my head and then turn it into something that I can really use. So that was great, and I just reinforces the fact that I love what I'm doing with this, and I really hope it takes off. I really hope it becomes a thing. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I feel like something else happened this week that was really important. I'd really been looking forward to it. Oh, I was so happy to see Tropicana Face is getting indicted. It was a celebratory day for most of us, but not for all of us. My mother called me because I made a post just saying celebration. I did put a picture of an orange, but I guess that was missed. But like celebration and my avatar blowing a party horn, and that was it. So that evening my mom called and she was like, "Did he sign the papers?" "What? Did he sign the papers?" Again, "What? Did Freddie sign the divorce papers?" Oh, my ex, not, you gotta beat that out. Anyway, did your ex sign the divorce papers? And I was like, no. That's next. And she said, well, what's that big celebration thing for on Facebook? I said, oh, because of Donald Trump being indicted. She was like, okay, bye, click, like, boom. Like, my mom and I do not discuss politics. Although every now and then she'll throw something out political that's a unbiased opinion, and then say, I'm just saying, and then I don't want to talk about politics, so you can't rebuttal her. I see your tricks, Mom. I see them. I'm just saying. The divorce paperwork. According to my ex, it is still with the lawyer, and the lawyer is supposed to have notes for him in 2 weeks. And the lawyer has had them for 3 weeks, which is funny because my ex has had them for substantially longer. And then he's probably going to fire the lawyer after he gets the notes because he doesn't want to afford the retainer. I'll have a rude awakening for him if he wants to, because lawyers are expensive, and there's no way that a lawyer is reviewing that without some kind of retainer already. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. I just hate that I have no leverage with, like, I put a time frame on it. I gave him the time he wanted. He didn't meet the goal. I have no leverage other than withholding child support and putting it into a savings account until this is taken care of. But then he would just say that I'm not paying child support. So I'm in a very challenging place with that, and I'm really ready to be done with it. And talking to him about it on Friday, he doesn't seem to be as ready to be done with it as I am, or he'd be moving faster. So anyway, that's my week, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get some food. I continue to really just be amazed at the work I've done and where I am. And I gave my boyfriend lots of praise. I told him the person that I am today is not the person that I was 6 months ago, who was not the person that they were 6 months ago. I said my growth was slow, but it's come a long way, and I told him how invaluable he was in that process for me, and how supportive he was, and it continues to be. And I'm just amazed at how happy I am. There are things I wish were a little different, absolutely. I wish I got to see my son a little bit more, but I'm loving life right now. All right, guys, check on your friends, make sure they're doing okay. I am doing good. Check on your loved ones, make sure they're doing okay, even if your political opinions piss them off, and vice versa. Check on yourself, because let me tell you, that shit pays off. It really does. I love you guys. I will see you next week.